everyone. Konbanwa. Okay, hi there. Ababa. Real quick, just let me know if I didn't hear anything about it last time and all my stuff's in Steam, but let me know if I ever like cut out abruptly when I'm talking or anything, or if it just like picks up in the middle of the sentence. That'd be very helpful for me. I'm always trying to. Always trying to keep on top of that audio. But for now, let's just see if Yanbot's up today. I keep calling it Yanbot, it's just a general bot, but not, I'll keep counting, I guess. Although it is a bit of a fruitless endeavor. Okay, well it's up. It's up for now. Anyhow. It is... Oh goodness. Oh, we're starting off strong today. A good vibe. Yeah, I am a little bit sleepy, but I promise you, I'm not actually... I do feel a little fresh, so I think that's a good thing. I'm a little damp, which is not as good, but... I woke up a while ago. I woke up a few hours ago, so I don't know what's wrong with me. Falling short. More just then? Anyhow, I did have a nice long dream, and I finally caught up on all that sleep I missed the other day. Also, yeah, it's Monday today, everyone's favorite day of the week. Also mine, which is why I stream so often on Mondays. But yeah, I figured it'd be nice to actually kick off the week with something. Usually I put it off, cause I like the kind of buffer in between rest up. But to be honest, resting is a little overrated. I would love to be able to rest, but I find that, much like many other things in life, rest finds you. You do not choose to rest. So yeah, I'm always trying different things. Well, that's not true. I never try different things. But streaming wise, I'm always trying different things. I think next time I'll probably come at you later in the night. I don't know why you said it like that. I'm going to attack you. I'm going to surprise attack you sometime in the night next week. Actually, speaking of like surprises, I don't. Also, I'm very shifty-eyed today. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Like I said, rest doesn't. You don't choose to rest. Rest chooses you. And in my case, I choose your rest. And anyhow, I have for some time now. I've been wanting to like do a guerrilla stream of sorts, probably karaoke. Not ready yet though. I kind of, I always get that feeling though whenever I do just chatting. I always get that feeling like, oh wait, and I didn't do karaoke, but and it's never the right time. I'm never ready. I have to prepare something. Although the next time I do it, I think it should be like a planned thing. Like, no, maybe something. Ooh, I could make a different overlay. Actually, it's been a while since. I think I'm a little too shifty-eyed. Let me fix that. It's been a while since. I've made something like that, and I had a lot of fun last time, so I think I will again. At this point, I might as well just make different ones for fun. I realized that I think for gaming and stuff, I like it more simple. I kind of want the focus to be on the game. I think that's fixed. I think I'll consider that fixed. To be fair, I am quite shifty-eyed today. I am trying to just talk directly here at this juncture right here. But but it's a little it's a little ways from my webcam, but I am often told that I like to live, so trying to make that experience possible, just like in the background or whatever. Behind the fans. But anyhow, yeah. I think I mentioned it on Sunday, but I didn't get too much sleep, because I had like taken a nap the day before at a weird time, and I was hyper fixating on a band I used to really like back in high school. And when I say a band, I mean like a K-pop group. I could never really get into bands. I liked one in middle school. Very edgy. I'm surprised they're still going down. They're doing like Vocaloid stuff, which is crazy to me. I'm gonna try to hopefully that works. Where I am, what my face is doing. Okay, oh yeah, it was Set It Off, by the way. It was Set It Off. I really liked Set It Off in middle school. And like around that time too, all my friends were into like bands. Yeah, it was like casual, just like Nirvana, Fall Out Boy, One Pilots, Panic at the Disco. Yeah, it was what you would expect, right? And I couldn't really find myself getting into them. Like I liked occasional songs here and there, and generally I guess I liked the soundscape, but I couldn't really dig into it, right? Like I never found myself curious about anything else surrounding bands. I guess the first time I really felt that sort of, not dance culture, but like yeah, that sort of thing, when I looked into Vocaloid and Miku for the first time. There's something about that and like the interactivity of it. It really intrigued me. I guess I just like the fact that, you know, it really felt like the community had an impact in Vocaloid, because, you know, Miku can't make the songs herself. She's not real. You thought you'd be into bands when you're younger than it happened? Yeah, like I tried, and I listened to so many emo songs then, but it never really clicked with me more than what was that one 21 Pilot song? I think it was like The Forest. I liked that one back then. And I liked a bunch of Set It Off songs. That was the one band where I was like, okay, I like this kind of whole deal, but I never even looked into them after that, like the members or anything. Not even like the lead singer. I just kind of enjoyed it, you know? I watched my little lyric videos. And I remember there was one for Kill the Lights that like moved around and stuff and had typography, and it blew my little brain. Yeah, and then obviously, you know, like I liked Gen Z, I liked YouTube. So I guess I was trying to get into bands in the way that I got into YouTubers. You know, I liked all those Minecraft YouTubers, like, you know, Dan TDN and Yogscast, and Highest Cupquake was a big one. I loved her Oasis series, but I feel like I should be trending more towards. Okay, I'm gonna focus right here, and whatever that looks like, that'll have to be fine. Okay, but yeah, like VTubers and stuff. Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of them still make content, and some of them have like veered off more into like content, and that's like understandable. Like that's just kind of the pipeline, you know? That's what happens. Especially if you played Minecraft back in those days, because that was kind of just the thing that you did, right? Actually, recently, didn't Stampy Longnose Head? He had both channels, so I can't remember which one. But didn't he have his last episode of like Lovely World recently? I'm pretty sure like I saw that on my feed, but I didn't watch it yet. I think I put it on my save, my watch later. But I've I don't really tend to dig much through my watch later at all whatsoever. Yeah. I kind of do want to watch it. I used to. That's like a Sunday morning, as like a Saturday morning cartoon for a kid that back in the day, you know. I mean, he pretty much like stayed the same actually. Like I remember, like middle school probably. I also was like getting into AFMAL, and I started with I didn't do Minecraft Diaries. I didn't know about that at the time. And I kind of like I want to watch her content now, but I cannot do it. It's physically like painful. Like all the colors and all the sounds, I really can't do it. Cause I was curious about it, right? Cause she still does the Minecraft roleplays, and it was such a big thing back then. And I followed a lot of them. And you know, that was the whole thing that got AFMAL famous. It's crazy because like I go into a hot topic and I see she's got like a collectible thing in there. But yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Although it is fun to like scroll by and see the very YouTube thumbnails like over and over again, where it's like saturated to hell and back, and it's like I noticed this one specifically with AFMAL, but it's like a group of girls on an island, and then they're like somehow threatening a group of boys, like they're throwing them off and letting them drown, I guess. Or it's like the other way around. I don't know why that's such a popular format, but if it works, then it works, I suppose. I think I should do that actually. Yeah, next time Derik and I play Minecraft, I'll make a really thumbnail. I won't actually. I'm not gonna bother. But like, I should do that at some point for something. Not sure. Oh, Baba. Like, I'm not opposed to like incorporating clickbait in this channel. It's just like I want it to be fitting at the same time, you know? Like I want it to match the magnitude. Yeah. Well, you know, kids content, very like, I don't know, cooties, I guess. You know, girls go to... Is it Mars? I guess Venus would make sense. I think it was Mars. Wait, they go somewhere. Oh wait, no, they go- No, they don't go to a planet, what? They go to college to get more knowledge. Boys go to Jupiter to get more... Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't remember. Well, I mean, I didn't finish college, so we know how that went. I'm supposed to. I'd rather get a job. I'd rather make money. I've got an okay amount of knowledge for now. I do like learning. I just don't like an essay. I like tests though. I don't like it, but I find it satisfying when I do well on a test. Or when I know I killed it. Otherwise, it's a very stressful time. An adequate, medium, small amount of knowledge. Yeah. I've got enough to... I was gonna say enough to function, but honestly, it would have been nice to learn more like practical things. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Well, I only took one math class because I like taken all the math classes I already needed to in high school. But like, I also finished up all my link classes before then. But I don't know if we could replace maybe one of the sciences, because I had to take like 2 sciences. I could replace one of the sciences with like a cooking class. That would have been stellar. Can't lie. I had a home ec in, I think it was middle school. I didn't have it in high school. I don't think there was one, but I had a home ec class in middle school, and they taught us something about cooking, and they taught us something about sewing. I didn't really retain any of it. It was very fast-paced, I'll say. Also, I was scared of the stovetop because I'm Loppy, like fire. Like fire. And like getting burned was like a really big fear of mine, and also like knives and stuff. I didn't like sharp things. I'm a lot better about it now. I've gotten burned a couple of times. It's not so bad. I mean, I don't recommend it, but don't try it. Don't try it. You know. You were told to take all 3 sciences in high school by a tutor or something? Why? Like, actually though. Like, I think a science class. Like a typical person never really needs a science class in their daily life, but it's good for like, you know, like thinking, connecting concepts, and like, you know, scientific method and all that. You know, they always drill the scientific method into you, even though like I probably couldn't recite the steps, but you know, the general vibe of it, like how to get down to like figuring out how things work in the world. I guess like applied science. But is there really a need for like a variety of sciences in your daily life as an adult? Like, I don't know. I liked my science classes. I was just really bad at them. And you know, I had to do like what was it? It was like biology and geology, because those were the easiest ones. I figured geology was super easy. It was nice stuff. You know what they say, rocks for jocks. But I really liked it. And I retain a lot of the things I learned in biology just because I think they're neat. I think they're cool. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna become a nurse, then yeah, I'd assume so. But like, if you're gonna, I don't know, get a part-time job at the what's the name of literally any at the Walgreens, then I don't know, probably skip it. Like, I guess biology, like out of all the sciences generally, I think that'd probably be the one that I would make mandatory, because you learn a lot about, you know, various like sicknesses and stuff too, and how that works, and you know, like vaccines and stuff. And also, I think in biology we had to learn, in college biology, we had to learn about STDs and whatnot. I think that's good information to have, especially because health classes suck so badly in high school. They don't teach you anything. Yeah. Biology is just fun, because it's like, it's life, and that's kind of the whole deal, right? You know? You encounter a lot of life and living things when you are living life. And you get some fun weird facts about animals and humans, and then you get to live with that, you know? I love my 5 gallons of blood. Not gallons. Yeah, gallons? Yeah. Dissection sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember that we talked about this a bit, not last time, but maybe the time before that. You should always name your dissection. It's more fun that way. You know, we always had corny names for pigs. But yeah, my friend couldn't really stomach that sort of thing. My friend can't do dead animals, so you know, I had to sub in for them. But I like borrowed their book for the whole time, so you know, it worked out for me. I tried to spend as little money as possible. Like, if it wasn't required, or if I could like somehow borrow someone else's, you know, like I wasn't gonna bother. I wasn't gonna bother spending money on that sort of thing. Although I did have to retake some classes, so then I did actually have to end up buying those books after all. But you know, yeah, I don't know. You live and learn, I guess. I don't think there's really a moral there. Okay, there. I think that should better. Bah. Okay. Anyhow. And then yeah, I had to. Yeah, I only need 2 lines. But I also took geology, and that biggest class I ever had to take. But honestly, it wasn't because of the subject material. Like, it kind of was. Like, I just had to. It was just memorization, and I can definitely do that. Like the part of science that I'm bad at is like connecting the concepts and using them in different contexts, because it's hard for me to like visualize that sort of thing. Like, I can totally understand it in this one context, but if you give it to me in a different one, I'm like not gonna recognize it, right? Yeah. And there are ways around that. But I've always been a bad studier because I never studied, because I don't like to study. Because I'm more the person who kinda goes by instinct, and I'm usually correct in that sense, but it's more like a surface level thing, I guess. Although I do like to write. Well, for English, I can definitely write a good essay for English, but not really for history. And it's kind of the same thing where you just have to justify it, but you also have to actually know like the cause and effects of things, and understand what all that is, and like sort of a timeline as well. And the way sorry, I'm gonna go over into history now. The way they teach history, at least where I've been schooled, I really don't like it, because they teach it to you in different either in different parts or like in ways that just don't make sense. Like, you think you learn about history chronologically, and generally you do, but they also they take different sections of what they think together, and they're like, okay, this is how this relates to that, and that sounds fine, but then it really muddles it, I think. So when I remember it and I think back to it and I look at my notes, like, I'm not a great note taker, but like, I write down what I can, and so when I look at the notes, it's like it's not in order, because I'm writing it down as I'm learning about it, right? Because I can't go back, because I don't have the time. I learned how to. They told me how to take like Cornell notes or whatever, but it just doesn't work for me, because I'm really quite bad at organization, and I'll get hung up on that. If I can't organize it in a way that I like, then I'm not gonna make any progress. So I'd rather just get it down and have it be like quick and dirty, Yeah. And like I took like AP history in like AP European and US history in high school, right? I did feel a push, but I was really phoning it in that year, because I think it was my senior year. I had a really bad case of senioritis, but I did pass my AP Euro, and like the night before I took my test for that, I realized that I just did not know when things happened at all whatsoever, and I was like, okay, I really need to know this. So I just like went through literally every subject, and I put it in chronological order, and I was like, okay, well now I understand how this happened. Yeah. So senioritis is when you are in your last year, like when you're in your senior year of high school or college or whatever, and you really just want to get out, right? So you're really just phoning it in, and you lose all motivation. Like generally, like in high school, at least in like American high school, as a freshman, you've been trained on like Disney movies, so you think it's gonna be like this whole thing, and it's really not. And you also might get bullied a bit, for being like so fresh-faced. But generally, you know, you are excited for what is to come, and you might get involved in some clubs. And then your sophomore year, you've probably gotten a hang of how things work out a bit more. So you're probably a good student. Yeah, and you're getting ready to take more advanced classes, maybe, if you are a good student already. Then in your junior year, if you are a good student, you'll probably take, if not honors classes, like AP classes, and you'll fucking die in your junior year. That is when you are your most stressed. And you know, you also have to think about college soon, so that's also some pressure on top of that. And you know, and generally in high school, lots of things are gonna change about you. You know, you get to figure out more about yourself and the kind of friends you keep as well, the kind of friends you don't keep, and how you work and whatnot. You might get a job at this time, you might learn how to drive, you know. And then your senior year, yeah, you're over it. You just want to get out of there. Yeah. You thought high school was going to be more dramatic. Pretty much nothing scandalous ever happened. I mean, it really depends on where you live, but either way, it's nothing like the movies. I mean, I know there are some people who've had really like stereotypical interactions in high school, like, and you know, some places are more cliquey than others. It really depends on if you like live in a big city or like a small town or whatever, where everyone knows each other. I kind of had an in-between. It was like a big school, but that was because it was like one of the only like public schools around, right? And it was like kind of city-ish, but like a small city. So it was like the kind of place where after graduating, if you went to like the local like community college or whatever, you probably know everyone there pretty much. So it was that sort of place. But you know, my experience, which I found interesting, was that the stereotypes that existed in movies and sitcoms and stuff were really like not a thing at all, to be honest. Yeah, and so, you know, when people talk about like popular kids and whatnot, everyone in my school who was popular and like beautiful, they were also like insanely smart and just all around like pretty nice people. So like, I guess, but it like makes sense, doesn't it? Like, if you're popular, you know, you're friends with a lot of people, that's probably because you're pretty nice, you know? You get along with people. And there are things to like about you, you know? That sort of thing. And in terms of bullying, I feel like where I lived, it was more of a middle school thing. Like, when everyone got to high school, most people didn't really care about anyone else in that way. Like, there are cases of course, and, you know, external circumstances. Yeah. I will say though, even if I didn't really tend to get wrapped up in it, there was a lot of drama around. Mostly dealing with relationship stuff, so it was things like mostly that I wouldn't really care about now as an adult. But there was always something like that going around. And there's also, I remember there was stuff that I wouldn't think of back then that I think was like very questionable now. Or like, you know, some people, you hear about them like in the news like way after. and they like did something crazy and you're like, oh, I never expected that, you know? That sort of thing. Yeah, after high school, there are a lot of people who I recognize still. You know, it's sort of that experience too where, you know, when I was younger, I always thought like, you know, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of this place, right? It's sort of happens when you live like in a smaller place, somewhere that's a little, I don't know, not dingy, but you know what I mean. Not great. And I wouldn't say I love it, but I don't really hate it either. And you find that you might have more connections than you realize. Like, to be honest, I was really scared when I graduated because I thought that, well, two things, and it's a little bit conflicting, but I thought that I wasn't really gonna talk to any of my friends anymore because I'm like so bad at keeping in touch with people, and like, well, what am I gonna talk to them about now that there's no school or whatever? And then my other thought was, what if I go to college and I know everyone? Like, they're all from high school. Like, it's a bit paradoxical, but you know, I also worried about like, what if I'm not gonna be able to like branch out or anything like that. So eventually when I did, I realized that it wasn't such a bad thing actually. And it was nice actually because I could transition one. I guess in hindsight I didn't know, but I feel like it did help me in many ways. I did go through like, you know, like a period of loneliness when I was in college because it's really stressful. You know, no matter what you're doing. Yeah, college is stressful. That's what it's designed to do. It's not really about whether the content is hard enough, whether it's hard or not, but whether, you know, you can keep up with the workload. And so, you know, you don't really, at least I find that you don't really have time to do anything crazy. Like, also, again, like movies, like, parties weren't really a thing. Like, the most would be, like, the events on campus. But no one was throwing, like, ragers where I lived or anything. Post-secondary was advertised as high-stress workload. Yeah. Well, and that's why, well, in America at least, that's why we have AP classes. Why you'd want to do an AP class as opposed to just like an advanced or like honors sort of class, because, well, they tell you that it looks better for colleges. Because even though it's the same and that doing an advanced class would be better, like, for your sanity, AP classes are designed to be more stressful. So, you know, it shows that, like, you can handle that sort of whatever. But generally, like, the difference between them, yeah, that was the only difference. And also that, you know, you had to pass, like, the AP test at the end of the year with, like, higher than a 2, I think? Yeah. And then you'd get the college credit for that. But you just, you know, you had to pass the class normally for the high school credit. Whereas, yeah, I think if you just pass the class for the advanced, then you'd get both. It was something like that. I can't recall. Like, I think my language class was just advanced. They don't have, like, AP. And honestly, it was way easier. even though I didn't understand anything of it at all. I completely cheesed my way. I completely cheesed my way through language. I retained bits of it, but like, I'm definitely not gonna be able to use it in any like fluency unless I actually practice now. Which I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I got other things going on that I want to do. And I'm really quite bad at keeping up. I'm really quite bad at routines. So, yeah, Duolingo is not doing me anything. I do have like a French-English dictionary over there though, so I could just if I want to brush up on a vocabulary, I guess I could always take a gander at that. I just like hit my, I don't know if you heard that. I just hit my laptop with my fist. I just punched you. Anyhow. Yeah, I never had time to, or no one really had time to party or anything. Because we were just doing our work to the best of our ability. And you know, you're spending all that time doing that, it does get a bit long. So things like extracurriculars, like clubs and stuff, are really nice. Even if you just hang out, to be honest. Because like, I'm technically still in my school's gaming club. Like I'm in it. I get the pings. And I attended a few meetings, but honestly, I never really did anything. But I mean, it was just nice to know that stuff was going on, and you know, you had the option of long if you wanted to. I always felt bad about not participating too much, so I didn't really go on any sort of events or anything with that gaming club, but you know, it was a thing. And I always that counts as one. I always liked hearing stories about it too, like what would happen when my friends were gone on it. They never joined the anime club. Any reason. Oh, it bothers me that the total is 600, but then the current is 9. Please be a round even number, thank you. Anyhow. I'm not tired or groggy at all. It's probably just because it's a bit of a downcast day. The sun's not streaming through my blinds. It's starting to get a bit groggier outside, actually, which I'm not excited about. I never got to take a walk. Maybe I could. I have to do it soon. Let me see what the weather's like. Oh, is it raining right now? I couldn't tell. So I think I forgot to say, but today I'm listening to Overdose by Natori. I think most of you would probably know it. Wednesday might be good. Are we doing Phoenix right Wednesday? Let me check. I wanted to stream earlier in the week. I never do. Yes, Wednesday is Phoenix, right? Saturday's not a good day to walk. If I want to take a nice relaxing walk in nature, and by nature I mean like my neighborhood. I think I'd probably have to wait till next Monday, probably. But if I do, then that'll be fun. To wake myself up today, I did a bit of reading, but I also did the reading in bed, so I probably should have done that. could have taken a walk around my living room probably, but then I'd get stuck, I think. Whenever I pace downstairs, I can't stop. Well, it's a problem. But if I could pace in my room. Not a lot of pacing. Pun unintended, but it's an option. Although if I really want to wake myself up, I should just exercise. Actually, that's not a bad idea because I've been meaning to exercise. I think last time I wanted to. I couldn't. It's a good opportunity, I think. So maybe tomorrow morning, when we're not doing anything, I will get out of bed and immediately start sweating. I think that's a good idea, and nothing will go wrong with it. Do the push-up you always wanted. I'll do the one push-up. Honestly, hold on. Can I do a single push-up right now? I'm gonna move my chair back. Get on the ground and do. The floor. Up, literally. Okay, well this is a downward dog. That's not a push-up. I feel like. Okay, I feel like, it wasn't half a push-up. I feel like it was a 3/4 kind of push-up. Like, I feel like it was mostly the way there. I don't think that's bad at all. But my knees don't appreciate it on this floor. Although it's possible that it might have the opposite effect. Exercising after I get up. It might make me tired after that. And then I'll be both tired and sweaty. It's not ideal. Oh, but then... Okay, so the plan. I wake up, I exercise, and then I take a shower. And that also wakes me back up from being tired after exercising, and then I'm not sweaty. And then I'm damp, so I can't get back in bed. Honestly, that doesn't seem that different from what I do, like, timeline-wise. Like, because I do waste a lot of time in the morning trying to get up. Even though, like, when I do get up, like, I get up, like, kind of early. So... Not that early, but early for what I do during the day, right? So... Damn, buddy, no more bed. Yeah. Cause, like, I mean, currently, I've been taking a lot of morning showers. I never used to do that when I was in school, but it's what I do now. Cause it's honestly more convenient to just get out of the way first thing. It does wake me up if I can remember to do it immediately. I don't put it off till later. Because, like, when I get up in the morning, I usually don't really have much of an appetite. So I always have to remember to eat breakfast before a certain time, or else it's not gonna happen, right? So, I might try to, like, have breakfast before a shower. But then I, like, never decide what to eat, so then I don't have the morning shower. So I've just been trying to shower first thing, and then yeah, pop. Although I did get to eat breakfast today. I usually don't get to before these, but so I am glad I pushed it back an hour. That was helpful. That was useful, and I appreciate it. So thanks to myself. Also, because last time I was really close to the mark. Yeah. And I won't say that wasn't the case today, because I do always find a way I always find a way to be as close to late as I possibly can be. Today I was ready to stream probably like maybe even 15 minutes before, so that's definitely an improvement compared to like 5 minutes. So, you know, works. Although next time, I just also clipped my laptop again. I hope you didn't mind that. Yeah, next time, I do think that one made me tear up a bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Before I continue that thought, let me take a sip of water. I've had it here this whole time, but thought about it. Okay. Please drink warm water in something like this, not cold water. Anyhow. Oh, you can't actually hear it when I do that. When I do my little trill. That's so sad. I gotta find a workaround. But anyhow, yeah, I was thinking next time that I have a sleepover, whatever it may be, I'll probably do it later tonight. Because I actually really enjoyed doing it last time. So I'm not really sure who. I probably should try different things too, because I'm not really sure if it will show up. But I right now I'm just trying to do things at my own pace, because, you know, I want to avoid burnout and whatnot. I will say, like, during my when I first started doing this, I was really bad at managing that sort of thing. I was really, you know, in my mind, I was doing well because I was doing a lot, right? And I definitely, well, for me it was a lot, right? Because I'd never done it before. So I thought, like, covering this big span, like, one, I thought that would, like, I guess level me up faster. But I also wanted to, you know, I guess I thought it would, like, it'd be, like, more opportunity for me to, yeah, you know, both gain experience and grow, and to be recognized, you know, be active and whatnot. And yeah, I didn't realize how much it would affect me, because I thought it'd be like a thing that I just noticed over time, like gradually, and then I'd like slow down after that. But it actually just hit me all at once. That was really bad. And coming back now, I really am enjoying myself. I did enjoy myself back then, but it was very stressful. And I do have a lot of stresses in my life, but this isn't really like, not really like a huge one. I won't lie and say that it's like no stress, because there's always gonna be like something, because, you know, I want to do what I do to the best of my ability, and that's always gonna be a thing for anyone. But I also want to be able to, you know, manage myself, have fun. It's always the most important thing. And you're having fun, so you can have fun with other people. Huh? But yeah, coming back with Derek has been huge help, and also just being on YouTube is really fresh for me. I don't know why. Well, I did for Twitch. The reason I left Twitch was just it was the ads. It was getting ridiculous with ads. I hated them, and I like, as a viewer too, I can't really sink my teeth into anything anymore. I do try to, you know, with like IL and whatnot, I do try to catch everyone's stream when I see that they're live. I usually don't say anything. I usually lurk, and I might leave 1 or 2 comments. But yeah, streaming on Twitch much different from YouTube. Like the actual streaming part, I want to say not really, but to be honest, like streaming on Twitch is very, just from the streaming aspect and not like considering like views or anything like that. Streaming on YouTube is a lot less interactive than Twitch, unfortunately, because like on Twitch and stuff, you have like all the points and everything, and you can set up all these different games and whatnot. And also, you also have to schedule the YouTube streams, which is really interesting for me because I'm not very good at scheduling things, right? I think that was pretty obvious from when I first started as well. Like that's still something, but I think it helps me, to be honest. Like, you know, having a little bit of structure, even if I don't tend to like it fundamentally, it helps me keep on track. But, and I also, it's a lot harder to be a streamer on YouTube than it is. There's no way of finding someone on YouTube. And so I don't really recommend it if that's like something that you're concerned about. Like if you want to like who has people watching them. But I find this a lot more comfortable, to be honest. Because also with Twitch too, you have to have the category, right? And well, there are like categories in YouTube, but people don't really pay attention to them, and you don't tend to find people that way. So I mean, it's more flexible in that aspect, but that's more of like I think that might be more of a mental thing, because you can't change the category in Twitch. And you know, a lot of people when they stream, you know, they have like a really long stream, things tend to progress the longer that they stream. And if you're someone who plans it out, then, you know, you'll have that point where you're like, okay, we're gonna switch over to this thing now. And that's not really something that I do, and I don't think I do it well, but I like being able to be fluid, that sort of. So this is a sleep. Not just chatting, it's a sleepover. Trying to pull up PC OnStars, then by golly I will. I did think about that today, because I don't play EN events that much, but thought I might. I don't know. We might get to it. Probably not, to be honest with you. But as a viewer, I really did not like Twitch. Because I'm just trying to watch the streamers I like, but I keep getting interrupted for like up to 5 minutes, maybe up to 12 minutes, and I think that's insane, kind of. You know, I'm not someone who streams for very long. Like, I kind of stream the bare minimum, to be honest, like lengthwise. And I am trying to build up my journey. Last time, I am like kind of sorry for last time, because I was like really checked out by the end. Like I had fun, and it was I did feel like it was like a good amount of energy, I guess. But like I think it was a bit of an off day where I couldn't really keep it up to. It's part of the burnout thing, you know? Like I didn't want to keep it if I felt, you know, like if I felt that like I would get in my head about it, because you know a lot of it's mental, right? Also nice. I guess that's one thing I learned, just like in life, that a lot of things are in your head, and you learn to break that down over time. But I mean, even then, if it's like some imaginary thing, you know, it's still something that you deal with, right? So, you know, when you're trying to deal with it, you gotta take care of it. Also, it wasn't nice for very long. There you go. Yeah, if I came back with Derek, like everything was the same, and we came back to Twitch, to be honest, I don't think we'd have this sort of, we'd be this honest. Because I think scheduling the stream really hits different. And I would like to be able to transition to, like, properly scheduling of that week, at the beginning of the week. It's mostly my fault, because I don't make all the thumbnails in advance. I kind of make them as you need them. But I guess maybe that's the next step. I did say that I wanted to make the YouTube friendly schedule. And I do, which is also another reason I want to have this earlier in the week, so I could focus on other things after this. It's not that this is like a distraction or anything, but when I have something planned, I tend to like be thinking about it to the point where it hinders my ability to do much else. I keep whenever I like put my elbow. I don't think that this picked up very well, so maybe not. Never mind. Ignore what I said. I guess the other thing that I should work on is being prepared. Because I don't think you heard that. I just took a drink though. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yeah, even if I do like the fluid nature of these sorts of things, I do also want to yeah, just be ready. Be ready for anything. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, I would like to be able to prepare nice things for you guys, because if I don't, I'll keep pushing it back, I think. I do really value the time that I get just talking like this. I've said it from the very beginning. I always tell Connor that the sleepovers are very, very important to me. It's like not even as like a brand thing, like it's my thing, but I just no, it's what I enjoy, right? But I would like to be able to have some surprises and special things along the way as well. Especially since yeah, I'm not a gamer anymore. Well, that's not true. I am a gamer. Derek was telling me about this the other day as well. He said, "Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not a gamer." And it did have to do with we were watching the FNAF movie. By the way, I finally watched the FNAF movie. I'll give my review on that in a second. My spoiler-free review. But like, yeah, you know, this is my solo time for the week, pretty much. At least the way we have it right now. Because we do like the kind of little setup where it's like me and then Derek and then us, right? And it's like an even number of people. That's just what we're doing now. But so I am a gamer, and I always have been, right? I was born a gamer, both in the mill and also when I was reborn as Jesus Christ after I ate that child. Yeah, I've been a gamer since frame 1. Pretty much. But I don't really show it anymore. Which I'm not like upset about. There are some things I want to do, but it wins me out a lot more. I want to make it nice. Yeah. Life is a game to me, right? I'm just playing it. But give me a second, it's a long one. I sure hope I didn't lose the thread of what I was saying just now. Yeah, it feels like it's kind of like this time is kind of like limited as well. Because of, you know, how we do things. So I do want to break it up a bit. Yeah, I think that follows. Yeah. I mean, like if I want to show you guys a game or something, I want to be able to focus on it and talk about that in my experience. Because I guess that's why you'd watch a specific person play a game, even if you didn't like know what it was or liked it even. Otherwise, you know, you like the game and you want the person's reaction. It bothers me how it's just like one off for the last digit there. Anyhow, I better stay on again. There is something that I am interested in doing, maybe month. Well, we're at the beginning of the month. I don't think it'll be this month, but definitely from December. There's something I want to do for the channel. I want to see if I can keep that up too. You're just gonna have to see what that is. I'm sure you can guess, but if I do it, then I'll do it. And if I start doing it, I definitely want to commit to it. There's a lot to do. There's so much to do. And I keep telling myself, is that another? I'm not counting that one. And I keep telling myself, well, there's lots of time, but yeah. I feel like I need to be the one to do them at some point, or it's not gonna get done. I think the thing is, I just have it in my head, so I should just write a list. Then I'm not gonna illustrate the steps to do it, because I know what the steps are. That's not helpful for me. See, this is, yeah, I never studied, right? And I hate writing outlines. I've never written a single outline in my life. Unless it was required. In that case, I wrote an outline after I finished the actual thing, and I just based it off of that thing, and I didn't change a thing. But yeah. How many times did I say thing in that sentence? I don't think it's helping that I'm listening to a song today. As I mentioned, the song I'm listening to right now is by Nathari. I'm specifically listening to the Kaito cover by Earthy X6. When harmonies, I believe. It sounds like to me. I think that's probably right. I should probably stretch the up. Look at that! something that I do miss, actually, is hydrate and posture. Among other things, like second grading. All that stuff. Again, it's a lot less interactive. And they would like to, you know, interact. Like I did get disrupted a lot, and you know, that was it's not a bad thing, because I did like set myself up for it, right? Like I was expecting that, and I did lose the plot a lot, but that's pretty expected with me, I think. Like if I'm not gonna do it myself, someone else is going to, and that's fine by me. I think what we got going on is pretty much, but it does help, and it's just like a fun little thing. Oh right, wait, FNAF movie. I do want to talk about that just for a second. Yeah, I watched the FNAF movie. I watched it with Derek the other day after our Minecraft club, which I also want to talk about that in a second, but I could write these down. I'm not going to. Guys, I suppose seeds. Oh, that's not good. I should open that up. I was fully expecting it to like actually be bad, right? Which bad movie, a bad experience does not make. I was fully expecting it to be like kind of bad, but I did think it was gonna be fun, which is what I was looking for, right? And actually, I did end up liking it. Especially in the second half, I was getting more into it. I will say that if I didn't know anything about FNAF, I probably would have disliked it. I don't know if I would have hated it. I think I would have played with some interesting ideas, but I would have thought it was completely nonsensical and also like really rushed at the end, and I'd probably like dislike the characters a lot more. I definitely wouldn't have been as fun. Is that 2 yacht? I really don't know. I've lost the plot. Gone. Open. There you go. But yeah, I enjoyed. It was really cool seeing all the sets, and I was wondering how like animated, not like literally animated, but like, you know, movement wise, the animatronics are gonna be, like how much we'd actually see them move and do things. And I was pretty satisfied with that. And to be honest, I thought it was really cute. I don't know what the effect was supposed to be. Like, I do imagine that like that was that much self-evident, but I do imagine they were self-aware of that sort of thing. You know, it's like a love letter to the fans, pretty much, because it's definitely a movie you'd have to be a fan, a franchise you'd have to be a fan of to like this movie. Like, I think that's just a fact. But oh, I should drink some water. Actually, did you hear it that time? I have no idea. I did see it. Anyhow. Oh, that's really good. that seems like the movie based on games meta now. I disagree with that actually, and I'll get into why in a second. Okay. I should say that though, I haven't watched the Mario movie. I don't know why. I'm not a big Mario person, but I probably would like it. All my friends like it. I can only imagine pretty good. But for the FNAF movie, I will say it was really cute in a lot of aspects, which I was surprised by. Like, even I thought the animatronics were cute. I was basing this on Mario movie, so yeah, I mean, like, for the Sonic movies, of which there are 2, and I am eagerly awaiting a 3rd, for no reason in particular. But for the Sonic movie, I feel like that's something that can definitely be enjoyed without being a fan of Sonic. Like, it's very general, right? And it's kind of like a superhero movie in the way that, like, you know, we get the origin story first, and then, like, you know, it just follows that sort of journey. Like, yeah, Sonic becomes like a hero. That's that whole thing. It's like a family and whatever. And it's very cute, and it's got some, you know, funny one-liners and some, it's got Jim Carrey. Can't go wrong there, really. Jim Carrey's Eggman. What do you want? Mario movie is also an origin movie sort of thing? Okay, I see. No, but like, for FNAF, I feel that it wouldn't really hold that much as a movie in its own right. And that's just kind of because the FNAF plot, so there's a lot in there, right? And there, ooh, my god, it's been a while since that happened. Huh? I was actually thinking about that earlier today, like, huh, I'm stable, but I suppose not. Yeah, like the FNAF movie. If I didn't know anything about FNAF, I think that the movie, has like characters with completely nonsensical ambitions and unjustified actions, and I'd probably be like really frustrated with the characters and like yelling at them like oh, why would you do that, like you know. Oh, and I'd probably be like, why would they introduce this so late? Like, what is this? What's happening right now? Yeah, you know, I feel like being able to just know what it is immediately, really helps with closing the gap between that dissonance, you know? Also, FNAF is, like, as a movie based on a game, it's fundamentally different from the other ones because it's like horror, right? And I wouldn't call it scary, but it is technically horror, yeah? You can't really call it anything else, I think. And it definitely has cheap jump scares, but I wasn't really mad about it because I thought it was funny. Because their choice of jump scare was also kind of cute in a way. If you watch it, I think you'll see what I mean. But like, I think the Sonic movie is cute for a general audience, and FNAF is cute for a fan. Cheap jump scare is sort of what FNAF is known for, isn't it? Yes, but the choice, I don't know if you watched it, but what they chose to have as a jump scare in the FNAF movie, most of them, you didn't watch it? Okay. Oh, I won't spoil it for you. But most of the jump scares in it, they choose something specific for it, and I think it's really funny. Like, kind of a joke jump scare, you know? Again, it's not... There's nothing about it that's scary, to be honest. I mean, most... Like, I don't watch that many horror movies. But the thing that's scary about so many of them is, one... you know, the unknown. You know, you're like in danger, but you don't even really know the full extent of it. So you're not even sure what to look out for, scared of. But you just know that it's like, it's not good. It's not a good time. And you don't really want to find out. And then the other thing is like, I guess, you know, a lot of times, you know, with like more psychological stuff, it's like a reflection of what's scary about the world or even like about yourself, you know? And there's nothing like that with FNAF, right? I mean, even with the original franchise, like, yeah, there's all the ghosts and stuff, they're all like children, right? And it's like a tragedy, and I guess there's like, I guess that could happen to your family. But like, it's like the events of FNAF are very outlandish. They don't start out outlandish. But as you get further into the lore and into the other games, and then it like loops back around, like we recontextualize the events of what we learned before. When you do all that, it's pretty outlandish, right? And it's a bit fantastical in a way. Also, it takes place in Utah, which I guess it's scary to me, in a societal aspect, but it's not scary to me. Just like thinking about it, you know, there's some like British people who moved to Utah and love robots and pizza. I know. So yeah, there's nothing that's fundamentally scary about the FNAF movie. And like even that, like the, I don't know, the horror that's in the first game, like it's like those jump scares, right? But then it's like, it's a little more grounded, where all you know is that like there's all these like crazy string of murders and they got put into the suits, and that's like a horrifying thing to think about, like the fate of someone, like of a child even. It's like, you know, it's also like kind of censored, like it's like disgusting. Well, also you're being fucking haunted and you're trapped, right? You have no agency in this situation. It does kind of devolve from that point. Is Utah land of fantasy? Yes. You know, I've never watched the Book of Mormon either. I should probably get around to that. It's just funny to think about. This. Oh, okay. Cool. Ow, 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 ow. But yeah, I don't think I've really questioned, I don't think, in my experience with FNAF, I don't really think I've ever questioned anything about what's scary about the world or myself. Like, I don't think I could be an Afton. I don't think so. I really don't. And I guess it's scary that someone else could be like that, but it's like it's a very specific thing in the context of FNAF. Oh, I guess that's not just like a child murder. It's like child murder. Also like a roboticist, and also just like magic, I guess. Like the ghost, but the kind of magic. And I'm not gonna get into the ball pit. But like the auditory discs, that's pretty wacky for me. Can't lie. FNAF 4. Yeah, soul magic thingy. And like that's not to mention like the animatronics themselves. And also like the like this weird dystopian future of security breach and like the technology there. Not getting into that. But like the animatronics themselves are quite silly. And I think that's something we all realize by the time of FNAF 2, you know? Even the first one, but you know, it's kind of... They were like... more dilapidated and unfeeling. First one. You know, there's no real emotion. Those metal jaws there. Which... I was actually kind of impressed by how much emotion they gave the animatronics in the FNAF movie. Like, it's not... They weren't like fleshed out characters with their animatronics or anything, but like, I don't know, they're just kind of cute. Oh, actually, wait, I will say, their eyebrows did move as animatronics in the FNAF movie, so that's definitely part of it too. And you know, sometimes they had red eyes, but... they made facial expressions, so, abba. That's more than they did in that one. You know, in the first one too, it was like... It's not like we necessarily knew that they were ghost possessing whatever, like they were. But you know, the way the phone guy explains it, like at first, it's just like, like, oh, this is what they're programmed to do. They just get a bit quirky at night, you know? So it's also just like, well, can't really reason with that, can't you? You're just in danger, and you're gonna have to stick with that. the ambiguity too. The lack of context. What we don't know is just as important to what we do know, or sometimes more. Many times more, actually. Like, generally speaking. I do like talking about I do like talking like I am an expert. I really don't have that much experience in horror media. Like, I do like reviews of horror media. I'm trying to get into that, but yeah, they get a little funky. They have fun. No, they're just here for a good time, like you or me. Maybe the real horror is you being such a narc. That doesn't count. That one does. Okay, this one counts. Okay. We're going kind of crazy today, to be honest. I don't know. Hold on, let me go. When did we start? What number yawns did we start with? Like 30? 30. Cool. Well, we're almost at a nice number again. I'll stretch the... And hopefully that doesn't induce one. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It doesn't count. I'm gonna drink water. Maybe the real horror was the animatronics thinking the security guard is nude. Yeah, I mean, if I was Foxy and I ran down that hallway and I saw just a little fleshy endoskeleton, I'd be pretty freaked out too. Like, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be like that. What the heck? We have standards here. There are children here, you know? You gotta get back in your suit. Come on now. What are you doing? Papa. this. See, yeah, it has to come up first. Nice. Wait, did I just go backwards? Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I never know. Not sleep. I'm very awake. Although I'll say I would probably... Ooh. I don't want to make something after this. I was thinking more like food, which I probably should. You know, get a nice lunch in. Yeah, breakfast and lunch today. Crazy. Yeah, get a nice lunch in. But I want to see if I can try to make apple cider. Sounds really nice right now. I've got all the stuff for it, I think. I've never made it myself before, but I would love to try it. Well, actually, you know, it's the beginning of the month. We got a long time to go. Do you guys have any recommendations I should make? I have been trying to, you know, be a little more self-sufficient in like meals and whatnot. I've been trying to like cook more and, you know, not rely on like microwaved and like frozen and like instant stuff as much. I will say though, I might get a coffee after this. I think that might I think that one might really conk me out, to be honest. I'll make I don't think I have French vanilla. I think I have... Oh, I'm not sure what I have. But I'll make something, and then I'll like bring it over the couch, and I'll put it in a little cup holder, and then I'll just be like, me. I think that's probably how it'll go. I probably won't even take a sip of it. I'll just be like, oh, it's really nice here. I think I'll stay here. Honestly, though, last time I was down there. I didn't want to leave. Does coffee make you drowsy? Yeah, usually. Sometimes it's fine, but I always think like, oh, I really want coffee right now. And usually I think that like at a very inopportune time, like midnight or 2 a.m. But when I am thinking about that in like the morning and the afternoon, it does not help me with its intended purpose. But I make coffee because I do just like the taste of it. Well, you know, after I add like milk and sugar and whatnot. Or if I have a coffee cream. But yeah. I'd say the only time it doesn't do that is when I have like drip coffee. Like with the condensed milk and whatnot at the bottom. That's just like a nice pick-me-up, like an iced tea, you know? But yeah, it does kind of do that. I induced another yawn by saying yawn while I was yawning. I'm still just gonna count it as fun, but crazy. I think all this yawning's kind of self-imposed. Actually, it may just be... Maybe it's I just talk. Maybe when I talk, I don't get enough oxygen. So then I want more oxygen, and then I yawn. That could be it. Actually, it's not a bad theory. Because I do tend to yawn more when I am talking. I think that would make sense. Get some more. Provide myself with some oxygen real quick. Actually, I'll take another sip. I never really get through my water. Okay, I'm back. I never... Small glass of oxygen. I should have that one on hand too. But oh my god, what was I saying? I wasn't gonna talk about coffee. Yeah, I have no clue actually. Yeah, I'm not a tea person. I wish I could be. I tried various types. I've had a lot of herbal tea. My family likes herbal tea, and it's supposed to be like a palate cleanser as well, like after you have a meal. But I'd rather just drink water. And if I want, actually, I think a good palate cleanser is actually citrus. I'd rather just have like an orange slice after a big meal, you know? I don't know if you heard of that, but I think it's a good hack, I guess. Can you call that a hack? The meaning of like life hack has deteriorated over time. I don't even know. But and there's iced tea, which I mean I like enough, but I'd rather just have juice, I think. I want like something sweet with a little bit of flavor, but like no carbonation or anything. I am a big soda person, but no, it's not good. It's not good for you all the time. So yeah, I think the only thing left is coffee, right? Or I guess there's lemonade, but can't drink lemonade all the time either. Let's have a lot of sugar, to be fair. To be honest, I don't actually need my coffee that sweet. Like it's gotta have the milk for sure, but I can do without that much sugar if it's a little bitter, or even if it's a lot bitter. As long as it's not like close to black, it's fine. Yeah. Because I mean, oftentimes that's not counting. I don't have a dairy coffee creamer because my mom's lactose intolerant and she also drinks coffee. So you know, I'd have like a powdered one, like a dairy-free one usually, but that's usually not enough to get it to taste the way I want, so I have to add some stuff to it. And usually I don't have milk either, of course, so it's usually like condensed milk, and then maybe sugar if it's not sweet enough. But usually just condensed milk is fine. I don't know, how do you guys take your coffee? But like, I also, whenever I go out to get coffee, when I take a walk down to Dunkin' with my friends, I never get anything fancy. I don't really add like I don't know, caramel shots of anything. Oh well, caramel sounds good. That's never bad. But like, I usually just add sugar after the fact if I need it. You know, they have the sugar packets on the side next to all the straws and the napkins and whatnot. But yeah, I don't really have a huge coffee order. Mostly because I'm scared. I'm a scared individual and I don't want to mess up my order. I will say though, last time I got coffee, I got like a matcha latte, right? And they just gave me, like, the person who took my order asked me if I wanted anything else in it, and I was like, no. And they're like, yeah, just this then? And I was like, yeah. I got a latte. It was just a latte, there was no matcha. And I think I understand now why they asked me that. But yeah, I didn't say anything because they were really busy that day. And I was fine with it, but like, and that was like the one thing that I did want to be like customized about it, I guess. Was the flavor. And then it wasn't that. But blah blah blah. I'm just thinking about it because it was recent. So like, I don't know how people. Yeah, when I went last time, I went with my friend who had like a custom order that was really long. I don't know how people like get up to that point where they find out like, oh yes, exactly the thing that I want. Well, I guess it doesn't help that, like, if I wanted to do that, I'm too scared to. But I wonder how long it takes to get to that point. What do you start off with? I wonder if you keep a list, I suppose. Oh wow. Oh, I tried this time, so that I might have more of this next. Japan, a restaurant sometimes had iced coffee as a drink option, and that's the only option they have, where they also give you 2 plastic cups of sugar, syrup, and milk. Coffee, I like that, yeah. Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, when, how long were you in Japan for, by the way? Oh, it seemed like it was fun. I meant, syrup. Like, what kind of syrup? Oh, we? Ooh, hella. What'd you do while you were there, by the way? Whenever I made my coffee at school, though, they just had like all this stuff, outside, for like milk and stuff. I just added till like the color looked right, but I don't really add that much. But I do add like a lot of sugar. I know I just said that like I didn't, but I mean, if I can. I'm trying to think if I traveled recently. I did in the summer. I did go up to Canada for a bit. It was just like a day though. The sugar syrup thing is pretty. Oh, okay. I see. So it's like when you add moisture to in between a cake. Cause I didn't think. Oh, I moved my laptop again. Cause I didn't think it was like syrup. That doesn't seem right. I am curious about that, but I don't think it'd blend that well. Oh, God damn it! Can I live? Hey, currently 100. Blah. New record. But anyhow, I just went up to Toronto, and I stayed at a family place. My family. That's my new plan. But otherwise, nothing too exciting about it. The different popular tourist places. Fair. Although I will say, so like I used to go up to Canada with my family every year, and we had to stop doing that at one point. It was before COVID, but you know, there's also that too. For reasons. But this time when we went, we actually did something different, which I was surprised by, because we always do the same thing every single time. And this time we walked around and looked at various things at various shops along the way, which sounds very normal, but it was crazy to me because we've never done that before. And we didn't really find anything interesting, but it was kind of fun. It's very hot. They had a neat anime store, each of them. Hella. Oh, did you like bring home a lot of stuff? I don't know if I feel like I just yawned. Oh, okay, I got that one. It's like a buffer period. Every time I'm not talking, just yawning. There we go. Posture. Yeah, I had to correct my own posture. This is impossible. Imposturable. Honestly, I thought that was gonna come out sounding a lot worse, but no, that's fine. Also, I forgot to say, I want to talk about the Minecraft collab we had last week. I didn't buy too much because I know I'm the type of person to not enjoy too much. But I also got super FOMO. Yeah. Because that's the thing. It's like a big trip, right? Like, when are you gonna spend a bunch of money on stuff randomly if it's not here, you know? Come on now. I would. I think I remember one time my sister asked me if I'd rather have like a free trip somewhere, or like have as much spending money, like infinite spending money while on a trip. And I think I said infinite spending money on a trip, cause like, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Like, there's like experiences to be had, of course, but like there's also money to spend. And then you can get stuff, and then you can have this stuff. And I guess you'd have to pack like that, but go on. I'm also just someone who just like having physical reminders, so it's nice. Also, I like a lot of niche things that it's hard to get overseas sometimes, so infinite spending money on trip doesn't count for just fine travel needs. No. So like oh, actually, I'll say, okay, so the money for the trip would be like your plane tickets and whatnot, but also like your accommodations, maybe like hotel and stuff. And then infinite spending money on trip would just be buying, I guess, things that you don't really like. I don't know, like souvenirs and stuff. I guess for food, you need to eat at some point. That would spending money on like eating out, would that be happy for the trip, or would that also be? Because then you can have, there's some wacky like restaurant experience that you can have out in different places too, you know? It might depend on what it is, but that's a little too nitty gritty. Yeah, people could travel just for the food experience, so I don't think that should count as part of the trip. Yeah, that's true, because, you know, there's like, you know, food experiences that you can have, you know, only in certain places. And that's definitely like an extra expense, right? So, because like when I went up to Canada last time, like we just brought our own food. Like we were only there for a day, pretty much, but yeah, didn't really eat out too much. Get out once breakfast. Then what am I thinking of? Oh yeah, and then we also got bubble waffle at some point from a vendor, because I love bubble waffle. I'm obsessed with. Ooh, can I make bubble waffle after this? I have a pan. The last time I made bubble waffle, I didn't make it right, so it had like no flavor. It was just kind of like a fried dough. It wasn't like at all. Oh. You not get bubble waffle in America? We do, but where I live doesn't have any place like that. But I have the pan, so I could just do it. But I should get a nice recipe. That what I'm gonna do after this? Am I gonna make apple cider and bubble waffle? That does sound like a plan. Every time after I stream, I wonder, do I have enough time to do this? And technically the answer is yes, but practically in my head, I know it's gonna take like 2 hours long. Because I'm very slow about doing that sort of thing. Like with cooking and baking and stuff, I can have all the things that I can be totally prepared, but I'm very worried about the outcome, so I'll keep checking on it. And just the time that it takes checking really adds up. So that's that kind of experience. I dropped my tissue. I'm surprised. And I don't have a runny nose for once. Probably because it's very dry, actually. I have been getting more bloody nose. I always get them in winter. And it's not winter yet, but it might as well be for my sinuses. I can't take it. But yeah, when we were in Canada, we were in a specific part, and the vendors there, we always got it from that same vendor, right? So it's kind of like a tradition thing. Anyhow, I think that's all the I will say whenever I travel and stuff, you know, there is like extended time at like pit stops and stuff, and other places to like, you know, you've slept in the car. If you're not driving, you've slept in the car over the night, and now you know, in between the way, we gotta have breakfast at the rest stop that has all the combined places in there, right? So I don't know. Does that count as part of the travel expense? Because you just have to eat that, right? You know. Might also like to know that Onside is very popular in Ikebukuro. That's fun. I love that. I fucking right now in OnStars in JP, I'm gonna die because they're doing the Ritsu tour, and I've been saving up very extensively for anything Ritsu or Nights related, and it hasn't happened yet, and I feel like it's not gonna happen for a while, but I keep saving up, right? Because I don't want to get blindsided again. I can't do it again. I'm not gonna have my chance, right? So I'm waiting very patiently for that. But now I have to play the tour, and there's a tour in EN right now, but I don't play EN events very much. I'm never motivated to. Which, I mean, I probably should, because then I can get all the stuff that I don't have in JP. But that takes a lot of time. And to be honest, I found this interesting ever since high school. Because when I got into OnStars, I played it in high school. And it wasn't the rhythm game, but it was the game before that. And, you know, it was still around afterwards, and I did play it. And I actually liked the updated version of the base game after exclamation mark. But I never played it because now that I wasn't on like such a time crunch, now that I had more free time and more freedom in my schedule, it made me want to play it less. And there's two reasons for that. One, because the way my life was structured when I was in high school is very different. And so, you know, OnStars and, you know, other games like that, of that nature, you know, time-limited events and such, it was kind of like a reprieve from like studies and whatnot, but it also, you know, that was just kind of what I would do in between that time, right? Like that was my hobby. Then there's also just because I had more freedom, I could just do literally anything else, you know? And like filling up that whole time with games, or at least mobile games, like gacha games, like that didn't seem like a very good use of all these different blocks of time that I now had, right? Like it made sense for this block of time, but not these 3 blocks of time, right? So then I'd find other things to do, but then I just keep doing those other things. Yeah. And you know, part of it too is that like kind of rigid structure that you have when you're younger. And you do have to like learn how to manage that well when you become an adult. I mean, you get used to it. And sometimes you have to learn the hard way, but you get used to it. I won't say I'm particularly good at it, but, you know, never was. You get better. Or at least you hope you can. It helps when you have more, like, responsibility. Like, these are obligations that you have to do. And in a weird way, too, sometimes you have those. It does feel a little nicer, because then, I guess there's, like, a little more purpose there. Or a little more, like, this is what I'm... Either this is what I'm driving toward, or this is what I'm building things around, right? Then, again, you have less blocks of time, and then you're like, okay, well, this block of time is going to be used for this. You know, it makes sense. Makes sense then. Hey, Kuro, ba. I'm almost tempted to do second greeting. Been ages since that's existed. I'm very yawny today, but when am I not, really? Ba. I was talking about various things, mostly becoming an adult. But that stemmed from OnStars, as most things in my life do. I was thinking about this the other day, but it's pretty crazy, the things that stick with you. Because, like, I liked Love Live when I was in 5th grade, and I liked OnStars when I was in, I think 7th grade. 7th or 8th grade, you know, middle school. And of course, I'd always, you know, been crazy about OnStars, and I talked about it with my friends and stuff in high school. And you know, they listened to me, but they never really saw it as something that they'd be into. And then, like, 5 years after that, like a group of my real life friends, I finally got them into OnStars. But I had been talking about it till this point. So it'd taken 5 years to get my friends interested in something that I am, if not less, interested in, which should tell you something. But yeah, it's so strange to me how I could like something for so long. My friends could see that I like something, and you know, they just, I don't even think it was like the wrong time or anything. Like, oh, this is something that I'd like at a different stage in my life. But like, it was just something that had finally like been brought up into, not daily life, but like, yeah, that's kind of what happened. I made a thing for my friends, and it was based around OnStars, and then they finally got into OnStars, and it only took 5 years. I'd say it's worth it. I say it was worth it. Also, hi, Shark. Oh, good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how those exams went, because it's been a while since, because I haven't had, a stream like this, where everyone was around. That's one more to the counter. Ba. Ooh. my god. Have the thing. Have the thing. There you go. There you go. Thank you, girl. Ah, mama. Also, yeah, guys, let me know. First of all, let me know how you're doing, but also let me know, what should I cook this autumn? If there's anything like, I don't know, on theme. So far, the options are not bubble waffle, yes, bubble. Apple cider, which is on theme, and bubble waffle, which is not. But maybe I can add cinnamon to it? I don't know. Hey Shark, you wrote your final math paper today. So today, math is no longer something you have to do, and you're so happy! Oh yeah, that's great to hear. After, did I just change something? Whoops, I hope I didn't. After high school, I only had to take one math after that. I was done, and honestly, it was such a relief, because studying math, when you're not a math person, is not conducive to your sanity. Moon waffles from The Simpsons. Do not hold the butter. You know, I've never watched The Simpsons actually, but I will look into it. I feel like I might know that joke very vaguely, but I do not really in any meaningful way. So I should drink the rest of this water too, huh? Oh, that was a big gulp. I'll finish it in my next. Baba. Restream super laggy for me. Oh no. I hope that someday the stream will be stable for you. Bye bye for now. We can only hope for the future. Cheers. I don't have anything in my hand, but I guess I can pick up my cup again. Okay, cheers. Tink. I'm not actually gonna tink the microphone. I don't think that'd be very pleasant for you. But oh. Although at this point, I might actually turn off my fan because it's now very dry in here, and I haven't cleaned out my humidifier yet, so I don't want to use it lest I risk poisoning myself with the air. Hard minerals. Let me turn that off. Hold on. Hopefully, fans don't freak out. Could be better actually. Who knows? I think it's plenty. I was gonna say I think it's plenty cool outside, but honestly, it's not permeating, which I guess I should be grateful for. Because as I've said before, my room very bad insulating, but it also has like a greenhouse effect, so it'll be warm for a while, at least until you know, those windshield temps break. Because after that, it's over for me, and I'm gonna have to take down those extra blankets in my closet. Right now, I'm actually doing just fine with the one. I'm surprised. But the air is very, dry. So I keep getting bloody nose. No, that's just how it is. You clean my humidifier. And then I can see it spray, like, water vapor everywhere. And that'll be what I do when I'm playing my OnStars events. Also, I guess with the OnStars, I guess another reason why I don't play is that it's very, well, it's always been grindy, that's for sure, and the ranking doesn't really exist in the same way that it used to, so I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, it's not that fun play, to be honest. I don't even know how I'd fix that, because like with the tours, you're given the songs, so then you can play like a variety, not doing the same thing over and over again. But like the missions are like, the missions aren't very engaging, and I guess the big problem is the energy system, and that's like goes for any gacha game. Energy systems are just so limiting and frustrating, and it's like a standard, but I really wonder Isn't there a better way to do this? I don't know, man. And I guess something that, like, I guess most people here would recognize with that would be, like, you know, Resonance Genshin, where, like, they could raise the resin at this point, the resin cap, but honestly, I think it should be trashed at this point. Like how big it is and how many things you have to do. Not like things that you really want to do, but that you're obligated to do because you're held back by it. It's not great. And also, well, I feel like you could keep it for a few things, but you just can't really do anything. So, can't do anything. So that, like, I guess the thing I like about Genshin, other than, like, you know, characters and whatnot, and general, like, you know, art style and whatever, is the idyllic feel of it. Like, exploring is nice. Like, I love the open world. That's not something I guess for me, it's not something I experience a lot. I don't play a lot of games of that nature. And I do hate a lot of the environmental puzzles and things like that. But even if I, like, have a bunch of encounters out in the wild, like, that doesn't spoil it for me or anything. I still like that. But it's also a lot of things you can only experience one time. After that, you don't really go back to it or even think about it much. And there are lots of features in the world that I do like, and I did go back to. But you know, that's kind of it in that sense. Not really gameplay. Build is that a thing? But yeah, like, you know, the gameplay, that's like the fighting and the swapping out and whatnot. No? Okay. Oh, it sounded like it could have been real. I've been trying to read up about Freud, and it's related to K-pop, and I'm not going to explain how. I might explain how. I love saying that I'm not going to do something and then doing it, but I'll get to it in a second. Or wait, I won't get to it. That's what I said. But yeah. And I wouldn't say puzzles are gameplay. I don't think puzzles are gameplay. I mean, Genshin. Maybe that's just I don't like it, but back of my throat's a little scratchy right now. Let me fix that. After in a second. Give me one second. Okay. Hello. You know, I think too, unrelated to that, I just had a thought in my mind and I realized that I didn't communicate that, so I just jumped from one thing to another. Regarding this stream, I suppose. Yeah, it hasn't been that long since I've seen it, because I was near the end of the week last time, but now I'm at the beginning. Maybe one day, I'll be in the middle soon, but probably not. Probably not. I can't imagine. I think I'll probably try to do one early in the week, next week. But we'll see. Again, November is pretty slow for me, I think. But there's lots of things that I want to get done in the background. So, DOP. Maybe like Tuesday. Again, I'm not really a big fan of Monday, but to be honest, I don't know what I'd be doing otherwise, specifically for today, of November 6th. 2023. So, I think this is a good day for it, actually. Yes. But actually, wait, can you hear when I do that? I've been like clicking my tongue a bunch during the stream, but I don't know if my mic kind of covers where I'd be looking at the input. So I have to lean a little bit. Not that much, but I don't actually know. Stop. Stop. I would say that it's a chill stream. So nothing too loud or exciting going on. But to be honest, sometimes I like those ones the most. I don't think the tongue clicks are audible. RIP. It's not necessary for it today, but don't yawn again. maybe that'll be by that point. But it's probably fine without it. It's probably better without it. Loppy makes lots of sounds. Well, in between the words. Sometimes the words are not the important part. Not tired. Really not. Not being delusional. Although, but the annoying thing is that I'll probably this isn't never mind, it's a yawn. I'll probably... I wonder if I can get to 100 right now. But I'll probably like end stream, and then instead of getting tired again, probably gain energy, and that'll be really annoying. Usually the opposite thing tends to happen. That sort of thing. Because I'd usually take some time to decompress afterwards. Not as much nowadays, which I think is interesting, but with this sleepovers, I usually, take a bit in silence to get back to living life, to living like Larry. But for a more chill vibe, I usually get energy again. And it's kind of annoying because I wish I had it before. But it's not a bad thing. So maybe I'll end when the current counter gets to 100. I think a good place probably. Although I was gonna say I could jinx myself, but I did cut myself off, but never mind. I continued. Oh, that was a big one. It made my eyes water again. To be honest though, I think it's just the weather. It's not me. It's not me, it's not you, it's the weather. Although I wonder if that's just gonna be the case for winter. I keep saying winter while it's autumn, but that's what I'm going to mean. Because in my mind, pragmatically, they're just the same. For my purposes, they are the same. Because it's not summer, which is what I care about. Mostly because my birthday is summer. To be honest, I'd say summer is my favorite season. But if my birthday wasn't in summer, that probably wouldn't be the case. Because I do have a hard time in summer with handling the heat and whatnot, even though there are a lot of things I like about it. But in my mind, all the seasons are summer and not summer. And winter is the farthest from summer, so it's the most not summer. So that's my view on it. That's my opinion. To be honest. I kind of like autumn? I try to say fall and autumn at the same time. I kind of like autumn a lot more than I used to. Yeah, summer and unsummer. Well, that's what I learned from being raised on Phoenix and Ferb. You know, summer's the most important season, so much that it exists. So much that it exists perpetually. Time loop. Anyhow, yeah, I think before, as a kid, I would have said, yeah, summer, spring, because it's the closest to resembling summer. Then fall, because it's not winter, it's just barely not winter. And then winter, because I hate winter, because it's both not summer, right? But I do kind of, well, there's things I enjoy about winter, even if it doesn't enjoy me. That's a weird way of saying it. There's things I like about winter, even if winter doesn't like me. Yeah. Because I do like the snow a lot. I mean, it's very annoying in many cases, but I've always liked making snowmen and stuff. Even if I don't really get out now, I still like it, and I think it looks nice. Snow in general, and when everything is covered in white. Although that doesn't happen for a very long time for me. And then spring. Where I live, spring is kind of bad actually, because it's just raining all the time. It's just very wet, and it's not as nice as, I don't know, generally in the northern hemisphere one would believe it to be. It's just, it's not like green grass and there's like butterflies everywhere, and like it's not that close to summer. Like, I guess summer for me is like a very, very hot spring, and then spring is just like a wet fall. Yeah, that's what it is. A humid, wet fall. And then fall, it's kind of chilling. Kind of there. Did I don't remember. I don't... I was gonna say I don't think I did, but I almost triggered one. See, if you talk about it, it'll show up. Like, the devil. Is that how that works? Like, I know it's like, because the devil appear or whatever. Is that like a thing in like Christianity? If you talk about the devil, does that like activate him? Is it like a sleeper agent, or is it like inviting the or is it like inviting us, something like that? That sort of. The devil's a trap card. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. That's what it is. I kind of want to be like the devil in that sense. I'd like it to be. It'd be an interesting, probably be very disruptive, an interesting way of traveling. But if people talked about me and I just like teleported there, it'd probably be very inconvenient for me. But I think it'd be kind of funny, and I think that's the most important thing in life. Is the bit and the meme. Yeah, I'd take that. If I was given $1 million, but every time someone talked about me, I'd appear. Yeah, I'd do that. I'd probably have to take care and how. I'd probably have to be pretty paranoid about what I'm doing at every opportunity. And I think personal like hygiene and stuff would be hard. I don't want to be taking a shower. Then someone was talking about me, and then boom, I'm just there. Especially if it's like, I don't know, in another, I don't know, city or something. But like, okay, like thinking about it, if we're following this line of thought all the way through, like all my friends, they'd probably know about it, right? Because, you know, who's talking about me? People I know mostly, right? Friends and family. Like, say your name or just the idea of you being topic of conversation? Both. But like, my friends and family, they'd be talking about me most, right? That makes sense. Like a stranger, they might bring me up once, something like a, I don't know, if a classmate was like, oh yeah, I borrowed notes from this girl in class. Like, I think that might trigger it. You just become Voldemort. Yeah. And I'd also like, hey, at this time, I'm gonna be doing this thing. Like, please don't bring it up, okay? And I guess I do that to my friends who I trust. There might be some pranksters who will be like, who might think like, oh, I should do this, talk about Loppy, while she's trying to do this thing. I would be very irritated about that. But like, also, what if I wanted to like visit? Okay, there are ways to like hack this, right? You could make the most of it. Like, what if I wanted to visit my British friend, who is not Derek? I have other British friends. What if I wanted to visit my British friend? They'd just have to like say my name, and I'd be there. I'd be ready, and we could hang out. And then when I'm done, I could have someone back at home. I'd have like my brother say my name, and then I'd be at home. And that's like a whole, trip. You don't even need the travel expenses. See, it's full circle. And then I just have to, and then I have the $1 million, so that's pretty much infinite souvenir spending money and eating out spending money, you know? I'm assuming I'm not getting, we're assuming I'm not getting taxed on my demon powers. Although I don't really, it's one power, and I don't know if I could call it that. It's kind of like a curse. It's a curse with some benefits. I don't think, yeah. Like, overall, it might be more bad. Oh, hey, look at that. Certain number. I think the cons outweigh the pros, but I'm just trying to make the most of it, right? Curses with the technicality of being beneficial. You know, you have to make the most of your lot in life. It always comes back to this, doesn't it? I was just about to say that I think I've gained a little bit of energy at the end here, but maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm just really excited to, I will say though, I have a lot of food left over. Again, from when I was preparing for my Halloween party and whatnot, but also just everyone decided to make food in my household, or like to get food. So I gotta deal with that first, because I don't want anything to go bad or to waste anything. And also, yeah, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out on the potential food in the fridge. Oh, goodness. I think I ran out of water. Thinking about... Well, it's good timing anyhow. A bit more. And I've only been listening to Overdose by Natsuri for 2.5 hours. I did think of also listening to Samsa, but that was not in the cards. I'll probably, the rest of the day, I'll probably catch up on that K-pop group that I mentioned I was getting back into. I don't think I actually said the name, and I don't know why I didn't, but it's only one of, and they're also the reason why I'm looking into Sigmund Freud once again. Our favorite weird little guy, you know? Our little buddy. little psychosexual theory lad. It's always a good time. Well, for me, it's always a good time when I'm listening to K-pop and I have to do research. It's my favorite thing, honestly. Well, even then, just like any random, not hobby, any random interest that delves into philosophy or psychology somewhere, somehow, I think is a fun time. I guess that's the kind of person I am. That's why I'm not a math or science person. I never took a philosophy class. They always say you should take at least one. And, I think if I'm going back, I probably will, because I got some extra stuff I need to, or, well, not need to, but if I'm going back, I need to be a full-time student for tuition reasons, right? So, you know, I need to fill out my schedule somehow. And there's not much where I'm going that I'm too interested in. But I think philosophy class would be fun. To be honest, I still have trauma from the public schools, but I'm doing better about it. I still think about it sometimes. The dark spot in my life. Because there are a few things that drive me, and one of them is embarrassment. An overarching theme in my life. It's part of my character arc. But yeah. I guess memory. Does that count too? Remembering the hard times, the bad times, and then letting go. Down a stream of consciousness. What am I talking about? Although I never liked stream of consciousness writing. I mean, I've seen it done nicely a couple times, but whenever we get into like the canon, like the literature canon, I just think it's so pretentious. And like I'm not opposed to pretentiousness for the sake of pretentiousness, because I'm definitely all about that. I just said, you know, I think it's fun when it crosses over with things like that. But I can read it for like a short story or whatever, but I can't read it for a whole book. That's not really something that's my speed, because it just wears you down. Like wrapped in all the riddles and metaphors. If it's a long form thing, I do want something to, you know, again, sink my teeth in. You know? I can't take all this vagueness. There's nothing. Well, it's not the stream of consciousness can't be relatable. I mean, it can be very relatable because it's just, again, the human experience of thinking and yeah, the unfilteredness of it all. But there's got to be something set. I think there's got to be something set in reality to, at least for me, to be able to grasp onto. I'm not late. I've been here the whole time. Trust. Oh yeah, Sue. Oh yeah. In that case, where's Mr. Featherwell? And also, when am I ending stream? And also, I'm the devil now. I think in the Minecraft collab I was Jesus Christ, but now I'm the devil. Also, speaking of that, I just remembered that I never talked about what I want to talk about there. I don't think anyone noticed, but if you go back and like watch that stream, like if you see what we like the message to each other during that stream, we like gaslit after the whole time. I think it was really funny. I keep it on the DL though, because I want to be able to, anyone who joins our Minecraft world, I want to be able to lie to them some point in time the stream will end. I guess that's not an untrue. Featherbell is somewhere. Also not untrue. You've got me there. You've lawyered me. Now there's nothing left to say. In fact, I'm ending stream now. Oh, not quite there, but close. It would have been funny if that was actually it. Yeah, and ending stream once this current counter gets to 100. We started at 30. So, I haven't been very easy, but, you know, if you just look at the numbers. Did the yawn counter reset? Oh, yeah. It reset, like, last week, I think. I can't remember exactly when. I think it was during a Phoenix Wright stream. Because I'm pretty sure we were together. But, yeah, at some point, the bot just decided to, die and then resurrect itself. Again, much like Jesus Christ. Oh, but also, something I wanted to say was, how do you feel about chatbots? And just, you know, just hanging out and chatting with a bot. Because I recently, well, I made one. Not with Loppy, but I made one of like one of my characters, and then I put it in a server with a friend and I. And we've just been kind of messing around with it. I need to fine tune him, because I need to add more details. Because he's very wrong about things that he shouldn't be, but he's very confidently wrong, and I find that funny. Chatbots just sound funny to say. Funny sometimes and mostly lonely. I will say, yeah. I had a weird experience in which I did chat with a chatbot, and I was like, hey, this option or that option. But then it was like, it was really nice, and it said the most basic stuff, like, you know, you should go with whatever suits you and your needs at this time. Both sound like great options. And here's some generic information about them, but like, you know, you should just do what works for you. And I was like, why is this bot so like kind and understanding to me? So to be fair, I think the loneliness is projected in many cases. Like if you're just talking normally, but if you're not doing anything weird with it. But yeah, I was actually curious, is a Loppy chatbot something you'd be interested in? I don't really know how I feel about it myself, but you know, I've been messing with it, so I was like, oh, maybe I should try it out. I don't know. Cause I also like, well, now that I've made one, it's kind of like my son, so I don't know. If you're a jellyfish, then we can say we killed Lapyan. Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know, I guess it's like, kind of like my clone, in a way. It's my clone who does not have the common sense of a human, but it has enough context to know basically what's going on. And it doesn't have all the details about me, but it probably has enough to just make something up, is what I experienced. It's also a little weird because I'd be putting some of my own information into it, which was not the case with the other one I made, because that was just my character, right? So I don't really care what happens with that. I did read a little bit about the terms and conditions and whatnot, but I didn't go through it very carefully. I just wanted to see if it was logging information, which it said nothing about. So, I'm not quite sure about the privacy policy. But it's not like it can be added to another server without me knowing. For that one, at least. But for Lopbot, it'd probably be a little bit different. I don't know. But it's just something I'm kind of interested in right now. Like, I do go through phases of things like that, but I don't know. Technology is very neat to me. I like to see what I can do with it. Usually. You know, Lop is still a thing. She's not very high quality, but I do have something there. Although Lop will probably be retired. I mean, I'll still have the files and stuff for her. but I probably just won't use her. I will make a Loppy 2.0, and maybe she'll have like a different design too. I think that'd be nice. And I would love to sing with Loppy sometime. Maybe she can fill out my discography too. Who knows? I mean, I would just like to mess with her as well in like different things that like I wouldn't usually do. But for Loppy, that's more just something that would be for you guys, I think. I don't think I'd mess with Loppy that much. Loppy is for me, and Loppy is for you. But that's just I was gonna say that's just a theory, but no, that's just a conditional thing, I guess. An imaginary scenario. Oops. I hope you're not having a breakdown because I just hit my 100th yawn, and so that means I'm gone pretty much. But I hope you're okay. I think that I might next time. I'll see you later in the day. I think that'll probably be beneficial anyhow. But character did die. Well, I hope he comes back at some point to take this guy. Actually, oh, I hope. Oh no, that's another yawn. Oh no, I've been here too long. Yeah, I hope like me can resurrect and continue wreaking more havoc on this world, and eventually become the devil for $1 million. Aside from that though, I am just gonna leave you here. So 3, 2, 1, Yasaki. And let's talk about some fun things next time, and let me know what thoughts, suggestions you guys have. Yasubi, I disagree. Okay, bye. Get on the ending screen now. Stay there for a while.